We know this. We all know this.
Life in society,
Where are the heroes?
Spirituality.
personal
Where are the
development.
heroes?
Where are the heroes?
There is a hero inside each of us. These heroes reveal themselves when they have a clear vision of what is. Through life in society, personal development, and spirituality, I share my vision of what is in order to awaken ideas inside each of us. These ideas will one day allow us to obtain this perfect earth that we all wish for. I am a messenger and I'm looking for heroes.
We know this. We all know this.
Life in society,
Where are the heroes?
Spirituality.
personal
Where are the
development.
heroes?
Where are the heroes?
Looking for your soulmate. Love, love, love. We dream of it, we want it, we regret it. So, how to find the right person for us? And how can we succeed to experience more happiness than disappointments? This is the agenda for today. Let's start from the start. What are we looking for exactly? Yes, you are about to tell me, well, love, it's today's subject, isn't it? Yes, of course, but what are you looking for when it comes to love? What do you wish for through this relationship? What are you expecting for this person to provide to you? Self-soothing, comfort, support, being listened, company in order not to be alone? Let's stop here for a second and let's become conscious over something. Whatever we wish to receive from this person, it is because deep inside we feel a lack on this same subject. It is very, very important to succeed in identifying exactly what you wish from your partner. And once it is identified, you must understand that you will have to give it to yourself by yourself. If you wish your partner to help you soothe yourself, you have to soothe yourself by yourself, which means concentrate on reassuring you and being softer with yourself on who you are, because your need for self-soothing implies that you are too hard on yourself. And so you are looking for someone else to comfort you. If you wish for this relationship to provide you with support, concentrate on supporting yourself, which means being proud of yourself and succeeding to motivate yourself in regards with whatever you want to create in your life. If you wish for this relationship to provide you with a sense of company, it shows that you may have trouble to remain alone. And so you also have to work on this for yourself. Being alone allows you to have time with yourself. If you don't feel good when you are alone, how can someone feel good with you? Yourself, you don't feel good with yourself. If you don't feel good with yourself, it means that you are in bad company when it is you with yourself. If you don't feel good when you are alone, it means that you have a negative perception over yourself. In other terms, you lack self-love. It is thus essential to succeed in feeling good alone, in order to be able to feel good with someone. Once again, it is extremely important to self provide what we wish someone else to provide to us. It doesn't mean that you will not obtain soothing, comfort, company from this person, but you will be able to appreciate what is given to you while remaining whole. In other words, while remaining without any lack. And so, without this unconscious pressure that we put on the other person's shoulders because we want them to fill in our lacks. How do you feel when someone wants you to do something for their own interest without thinking about yours nor thinking about the pressure that they put on you? Sooner or later, you will have enough, right? Well, it is exactly what happens with your partner when you have these lacks and you expect them to do specific actions for you. This person will call you selfish, and they would be right. Even if it is unconscious from you, your partner's feeling will be exactly that. So, now that you have understood how important it is to resolve your own lacks by yourself without holding this responsibility on someone else, let's go further. Tony Robbins has developed the concept of pleasure versus pain. All human beings will always do whatever they can to experience the less pain possible or the more pleasure possible. And it is something that controls us on a daily basis. Let's take as an example a student who must prepare a 50-page paper in order to complete his MBA. The whole passing year, he doesn't write his paper. He goes out with friends instead and does, other things because it brings him more pain to work on the paper than not working on it. Actually, not working on his paper brings him even pleasure. All right, I'll work on it on another day, For now, I just want to enjoy my life. And it brings him even pleasure to meet up with his friends than not meeting them up. A few months go by and the paper's submission deadline is in 1 week. Now he changes his behavior. He starts working on his paper and stops going out at night. Why? Because he knows that if he doesn't submit his paper, he will fail. And so all of a sudden, there is more pain associated to not working on his paper than pain associated to working on it. He knows that it will cost him more if he doesn't work on it. So he chooses what brings him the less pain. And in his case, he starts working on his paper. It is what will bring him the less pain now. Everything that we live can be summed up to this internal balance between pain and pleasure. You want to lose weight, but you don't do anything to get there? It is because you associate more pain to be forced to exercise because you know that you will have sore muscles, you'll have to subscribe to a gym club, you'll have to stop eating the food that you like. All these create pains stronger than the pleasure that you will eventually feel when you lose this overweight one day. And so you don't do anything. The same thing applies for a walk that you don't like. You don't want to go to work on Monday morning, but you still go. Why? Because the pain associated to potentially losing this job if you don't show up and not being able to pay your bills anymore if you lose this job is this pain is stronger than the pain associated with having to wake up early and endure a job that you don't like. I am sure that all this is obvious to you, so understand that our whole life, the smallest thing from our life comes back to this. We will do what brings us the less pain or what brings us the most pleasure. It is a very interesting subject that could be actually developed on many aspects, but let's let's go back to today's topic. These metaphors of pain and pleasure are proper to each individual, and it is also the case when it comes to couple. These pain and pleasure are proper to each individual. And when it comes to your actual or your future couple, these pains and pleasures are greatly related to what you identified earlier. If we get back to your wish for comfort, this specific wish brings you pain when you look at it from the perspective of what you are lacking. It brings you pain to need someone else to fill up your own lack of comfort. And the same need for comfort also brings you pleasure when you receive it from your partner. So again, it is essential to understand what is it that we lack and fill up these lacks by ourselves. Because when you need someone else to fill up your lacks, you will have a greater tendency to accept behaviors from your partner that hurt you just because your partner brings you this comfort that you need so much. If you have a great need of not being alone, you will more easily accept behaviors from your partner that hurt you because their presence fill up this need for company that is so strong within you. On each of these reasons for which you want to be in a relationship, it is essential to work on yourself, to fill up these lacks by yourself, because it will allow you to stop accepting what is unacceptable. A partner who lies is not acceptable. A partner who is unfaithful is not acceptable. Though certain people accept all that. Why? Because to them, the pain of being alone is stronger than the pain related to the lies and the unfaithfulness. And so they stay. They find excuses. They try to dig in the lies. They give the benefit of the doubt. But all these are just excuses to stay where you are. If you try to find excuses to something that is not acceptable, it means that you are accepting it. And by accepting this behavior, you are choosing to stay in this situation. Other people will also try to change their partner. And in this case, I am sorry, but it is not your job to change others. It is your job to change yourself. Your responsibility is with yourself. If you need for your partner to change, it is not love. It becomes control. There are also pains that can come from our culture and traditions. Lots of conditionings exist on women. Lots of societies give so much importance for the woman to be in a relationship, even married, that it increases the pain for women to be alone. And so lots of women accept behaviors that are unacceptable because themselves they give more value to being in a relationship than they give value to themselves. And the problem is that so many women give so little value to themselves and so much value to the couple that consequently there are just as many men who have unacceptable behaviors and find their behaviors to be normal. Of course, as it is accepted by so many women who choose to stay and talk about the unacceptable behaviors they have. All these women who choose to stay and create a miserable life for their cheating partner. So, all this appears to be normal or not that important for these men. Everyone is different. And on this subject of love, you cannot be a hero for someone else because everyone has different pains. If you keep repeating to a friend that she should leave her partner who disrespects her and she still stays, it means that her pain of being alone is bigger than her pain of not being respected. And you can tell yourself that you would have never accepted such behavior, but it is just because your pain of not being respected is stronger than your pain of being alone. If you feel good when you are alone, you will catch up these signals earlier and you will take your decisions according to them. All this being said, you have to remember something. What is similar attracts similar things on the vibrational level. The vibrations that you send attract to you specific people with specific vibrations. If you don't like what you attract in your life, it is your job to change in order to attract better. So, in order for your relationships to become real moments of pleasure, you must get rid of your pains.
We know this. We all know this.
Life in society,
Where are the heroes?
Spirituality.
Where are
personal
the
development,
heroes?
Where are the heroes?